PlayStation held a state of play yesterday, and it was easily one of the best state of plays we've had in over a year. I can honestly say when that state of play ended, I had a smile on my face. They actually showed quite a few games that I wasn't expecting to see, and a couple of games that we've already seen, but I was definitely happy to see more of. So let's go over the games from this state of play that I'm 1000% going to be playing on release. First out the gate, we've got Pragmata, a game that we haven't seen since 2020. That is 5 long years. Now, they didn't show any story details, but they did actually show gameplay and in-game cutscenes. And I'm telling you right now, when this game releases, it's going to look insane. The only story details I can find were on the synopsis for the game in the Steam store or on the PlayStation app that says, it is set in the near future and protagonist Hugh and his android companion Diana must work together as they make their way through the cold lunar research station. I don't know about y'all, but this is giving me Dead Space vibes. If the monsters in Dead Space were evil rogue AI. 2026 is the release window for this one, and it's finally closing in. Now, I can't lie, after waiting 5 years, my expectations for this game are a lot higher. But I actually got faith in Capcom. They've been hitting really hard lately. Now, the next game is the one that surprised me the most to see while I was watching the state of play, and it's Neo 3 by Team Ninja. The same studio that brought us Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, and Rise of the Ronin. If you're not familiar with the Neo series, it's a Souls-like game set in Sengoku era, feudal era, Warring States era Japan. It's the Souls-like Onimusha. And in this game, they're making it fully open world, and they're changing it to where you have two combat styles, the samurai and the ninja. Neo was my first Souls-like game, and in my opinion, it's the best Souls-like game, even better than Dark Souls itself, even better than Bloodborne, even better than Sekiro. Change my mind. It has a release window of early 2026, and it has a playable demo on the PlayStation Store available until June 18th. Okay, next up on the list is Romeo is a Dead Man by Studio Grasshopper Manufacture. Now, I'm going to be real, the first 5 seconds of this reveal did not resonate with me at all. And then when the gameplay started, I was like, holy Rick and Morty, I get it. The gameplay has to be some of the best we saw at the whole state of play. I'm getting the sci-fi version of Chainsaw Man with Dead Rising style of gameplay. Now, you're playing as an FBI space-time special agent called Romeo Stargazer, and he's known as Dead Man, and he's wearing a red mask called Dead Gear, hunting down space-time's most wanted fugitives through different universes. You'll also be able to swap between guns and swords and use your enemies' powers against them as you fight hordes of enemies. This game looks like a crazy time, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this maybe in 2026. Metal Gear Solid also got some gameplay, and it actually looks a lot less serious than the last. In this one, we get a look at classic costumes and a bunch of boss fights, and at the end, we get a look at, I believe, Metal Gear Online. This will be my first time playing Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, so I'm pretty excited. The game's due out August 26th, 2025.